Hello everyone, welcome back to Joyful Learning 365 YouTube channel. So today we are going to understand about the trying to understand about the SQL and how to install the SQL Server and how to use the SSMS tool, and in that how to write the SQL queries. So basically there are so many queries I am getting from the folks that please show us integration. So I'm planning to do in upcoming days integration between this SQL Server and Dynamics 365. So before going to that, so you should have some knowledge on a SQL. So that's the reason I was trying to cover this basics. So it will be like a not I won't say that it will be completely whole and soul guide, but as a Dynamics 365 developer, you should know these things. That's which is a mandatory. Uh, so here, so first we try to understand the what is SQL. So as you know that SQL is a structured query language. So which will allow us to communicate with the databases. So in coming to the Dynamics 365 CRM, we are using the Dataverse. We are using the Microsoft Dataverse as our database. Okay. So who is maintaining that? It was maintaining by the Microsoft itself. But whereas coming to the on-premise servers, okay, on-premise. So before to till 2016, we have a on-premise Dynamics 365, right? So at that point of time, we don't have a Microsoft Dataverse and CDS environments, right? Who are maintaining the data? So it was companies itself, they are maintaining the database. So at that time, what they are doing? So they are creating the SQL databases, and in that SQL databases through IFD and deployment manager, they are configuring the this databases with our CRM. So this is the background story. But sir, still you are telling that we want to communicate in because we are mostly using as of now in current date, everyone using this on-premise online, right? So then why we need to learn this SQL? So here SQL means you might be not using the SQL because we are already we are using Microsoft data. The integration. So whereas coming to the integration, the other party, third party might be which system you want to integrate, right? That system might be using the integrations. So here nowadays companies won't hire a separate person, you and their different implements. So they want you only to work in both ways. So at that point of time, you should have a knowledge on this SQL. Okay. So now, without wasting time, let's jump into the topic. So here, as you know that structural basics. So it is a communicate with the whatever the databases you are creating, right? To communicate with, this is the one language. Like how we have a language like a C sharp, C language, C plus plus, and this Java, Python, R language like that only. This SQL is also is a language. It stands for the structured query language. Okay, so here now let's try to understand what we'll do by using this SQL. So here SQL allows us to create the record, read the record, update the record, delete the record. So these are like all CRUD operations we can do here by using this SQL language. Okay, so here so for better understanding to create a real-time interface in this video, what I am trying to do. So first we need to install the SQL server, and again after once the SQL server is done, after that you need to install the SQL Server Management Studio. So we'll see practically how to install the updated SQL Server with free trial version, and again how to install the SQL Server Management also updated one. Let's get deep dive into the installation part. Once the installation done, then we'll move to the queries we'll try to discuss. Okay, what is the database, how to create the database and SQL queries, those are we'll try to understand. Now let me download the servers, these mandatory things, and install into my local machine. After that, we'll go into that topic. So simply here, you need to go any browser. It might be Google or Edge, anyone, Safari or anyone. So you need to go Google, and there you need to type here SQL Server. So here you can can see the SQL Server, right? The first link you will get this Microsoft link. So here there are like a different types of editions are there, like a 2022, and before 2022 we are using 2019, and again before 2019 we are using 2017, and before 2016. So like this we have a different versions are there. So you need to make sure that which one you need to download and which one you need to work. So you can see here the Microsoft, the 2022 is the latest version. So in this video we are trying to show you in a everything in a updated version. So that's the reason I am selecting here it as a 2022. Okay, so by default if you click on this one also it will go here only. So click on this one SQL. So try SQL Server 2022. So here we have a like a few see there are like a two screens are there. So if you want to on-premise drive the SQL Server on-premise in the so if it is a basically if you want to structure and where you need to define from there you will. So if you like a I'm trying to install here a free edition, specialized edition, so to practice for our learning purpose. So here this one I am select I am going to coming to here. So in this like we have here two different types of there, one is a developer and express. So basically developer will be using for the development and test database, which is a non-production environment. Whereas coming to the express, right? So used for the especially for the production environment and small server application, like did different. So we need to explore more. Like both will install some, both will work same. Okay, everything will function same. But here developer mode, especially we are using for the sandbox environments. But whereas coming to the express environment, mostly we are using the production environment. Okay, so this is the different. But still, this one also we can use for the production environment. It's not an issue. Okay, so here you can see I'm clicking on the developer. Click on the download now. After clicking on the download now, you can see here there is a one set of file has been downloaded in my local machine. So here I'm going to click on this folder and trying here. So here you can see there is a done one is there. So after that I'm clicking on the open. Okay, whatever the instance dot. So you need to click administrative mode. You need to click give as a admin rights as a yes. So here it will opening it as you can see on the screen. This window will start appearing. So you don't need to do anything as of now because it's getting things ready. So you don't have any action item. So you can relax for a few seconds. Let's wait for another menu till it will go. So basically, the performance of the download and installation it's vary from the laptop to laptop because like a speed and RAM speed, everything is matters. Okay, so if you see this is my personal laptop. So in this everything is a we don't have that much like how we have especially designed for the business, right? Like that we don't have, but this which is like we can practice here. So that's the reason. Um, so we are will install only some few of them. Okay, we won't install everyone most of the time. So here in developer instance, you need to select the instance type. So basic, custom, and download media. What is this? There are three different things have been provided by the Microsoft. So basically, if you have a like a basic thing which we need to install basic thing, then you will go with the basic. Whereas coming to the custom, no, you need to give something like a which you need to install, whereas like a different detail, and taking a longer than. Different version at that point of time you will using the custom one. Okay, so and download media means we everyone knows that download SQL Server set of files now and install the later on machine of your choice. So you can download now and according to your requirement you can deploy. But if you use this one, right, it will consume so much space in your laptop. Okay, so that's the reason I don't suggest to go for this option and go for this option for practicing. But if you are like a working perspective, then you can select this one. But for practicing, I suggest you to go with the basic. Okay, click on the basics. So here you have like some detailed privacy notes. So where you need to carefully read and do's and nots and some restrictions are there. options are there. Those are all things you need to go through those things. After going through, you need to click on the accept button. Okay. Once you click on the accept button, right? See. So here, so as you can see, minimum free space. So in your laptop, it is completely 1188 MB. It is getting downloaded. Okay, and minimum free space should be 8,494 MB. Then only it will get a install. Okay, this much space you should give. It's in minimum cost. Okay, in your laptop it should there. Then only it will get installed. So here you need to click on the install. So here it is getting stored in my C file and browse Microsoft SQL Server. There it is getting stored. So after that, like I'll click on here. If you want to change the browser where you want to, if you want to space this store it somewhere, so you can store. But I have as of now in my machine, I have space only in local disk C. So that's the reason I am giving here it local disk C only. Okay. So here in your case, it might be if you have done partition like a D and E like this. No, there also you can give. But here you should match this criteria. Okay. So now what we'll do, you'll click on the install button. So it's getting installed. Let's wait for a few seconds. So here you need to give some, as you can see, once it's successfully installed, right? So here you will give, you are able to see this one. Whatever the connection strings are there, like here I suggest you that don't disturb anything. However, it is like everything is the right, like that the same will try to use. So, but here you need to make sure that see there is a SQL Server install log folder. Here it will get installed, and after that here see this database is connection, server is local host, and this is a true. Okay, MSSQL is a true. So this is the connection string which has been established within this SQL Server. So here it has been given instance name it as a, they given it as a MS SQL Server name this one. So I suggest you to copy this one and paste it somewhere. So it will be useful you in a future. Okay. So here you can see copy the connection string to clipboard. So click on this one and you can open any notepad. And paste it somewhere. So here, this is the, let's try to understand how to install the SSML. Okay. SSML is also stands for the SQL Server Management Studio. So simply, you need to type in a Google, any browser. It might be Google or Chrome or sorry, it might be Edge or anywhere. Okay, so you can go here and click like a type SQL Server Management Studio. Once you click on, so here you are able to see there are like a multiple links has been you arrived here. So here you can see this is the MS Learn, right? So here this one we are looking for. So let me open this one, and from here let me go to the downloads. So as you can see now the SSMS 20.2 version is running. So here it has been clearly mentioned that SMS 22 is a latest generally available version. If you have a preview version like a previously if you are using the 20 version, so you need to first uninstall that version. Then only you can install this one. So okay, else it does not upgrade or replace the whatever the old one is the right 19 point and those earlier versions it won't support. Okay, so this is the thing which we need to understand very carefully. Okay, so here, so we will try to install this one. So here Microsoft has been given a link. I'll click on this link and open it in a new window and see it's automatically started downloading. Let's wait for a few seconds until it's get downloaded. So as you can see on my screen, it's successfully downloaded. So here I'll go to this browser where it is open. So here you can see this is the one. So I'll double click on this one. So here you can see the location. It is getting stored in my local disk C under the program files. Again, if you don't want to store here, you have a flexibility to change the location. So here you need to give the location where exactly you want it to store. For example, if I want to store it in a document, and in that document I will create a one new folder with the SSMS. Okay. SQL Server Management Studio, and here I'll select this one, and after that I'll click on the OK. So previously by defaultedly it has been taken the different folder. Now I have adjusted it to the SSMS folder. Okay, so this is like as per your requirement you can do. Okay, so now after that you need to click on the install button. So once you click on the install button, right? So you need to, after that one window will be get popped up. There you need to click on the yes. Okay. So for a few seconds it's loading, as you can see on the screen. It will take some time to install, as you can see. As you can see on the screen, setup completed. So this is how we install the SQL Server Management. So now let's try to understand how to connect the SQL Server. So there is a one like a directly we cannot connect, right? So there is a SQL Server Management Studio, right? Just now we install. So through this we'll try to connect with that, and we'll, if we want to do any changes, right, from here only we'll do. So after installing this SQL Server Management Studio, how we will interact with the SQL Server. So here there is, you can see on the screen, there are connect button is there. Okay, if you click on the connect, there are like a multiple options you are able to see. So database engine, analysis services, integration services, reporting services, Azure storage, Azure SSIS, integration runtime. So there are different types of connection we have enabled. So as of now, we are discussing with the local host. Means in my laptop itself, I'm hosting this my database. So here, so in that scenario, see, I'm like it depends. So here I'm using a database engine. Okay, so you can click on the database engine. So here you can see by defaultly you can see there is a server type is set as a value as a database engine, and again here we need to use the server name. So as you know that just now I created a few before installing this SS um, MS, I install the SQL Server. So that SQL Server is available at where my location, see database engine, in the database engine, Shafi. This is the storage which is available. So simply I'll select it as a OK in this one. So here you need to give the server name. So it might be different which server. So there are like a multiple servers are hosting. So here in my scenario, I have created one server with the name of a Safi. So I am connecting with to the server. Okay. So here I need to select the server name. So in real time, whatever the server names are, right, those all you are able to see, and those with those you need to connect. Okay, and after that, there we have a authentication. So here you can see authentication. So in the authentication, you also have here multiple ways of authentication. So it depends on the company to company how they are going to manage. For example, if you see there is a in on-premise projects they are using the RDP servers. So to the because in the Windows server RDP servers those like there itself Windows authentication will using. For example, if you come into the online project, there is a SQL Server authentication they are using. Again, some Microsoft Entra MFA, like a multi-factor authentication we are using. It depends. It depends on the company. But just it is a for authentication, means you are authenticated or not. for checking this one. So as of now, I don't want to go in a lengthy step. So that's the reason, we have selected in the starting when installing also Windows authentication only. So I'm selecting as of now it as a Windows authentication. So here I'm selecting. So if you want to give a SQL authentication there, then you need to give the login ID and password, whatever the company, your company will provide this login ID and password, right? That company you need to log in if you they given the SQL Server application. So here I am taking as a Windows authentication. So it is like a selecting it as a Windows authentication. So which like a already username Shafi hyphen alam7 is there my draw in my drawer. So that is the so just now we copied also. If you remember this one, we copied also. So here my server was hosting here itself. Okay. So this one. So encryption, it's mandatory connection security. You can keep it as a mandatory and trust service server certificate. Okay, after that you need to click on the connect. So once you click on the connect, right, so it will get connected automatically. As you can see on the screen, so left hand side, I am able to see the my databases. So like this, you can connect a multiple data types. For example, you have connected just now with a Shafi SQL Server, right? Again, another data type also you can shall I establish the connection and you connect with that server. Okay. Before starting this, what is like a playing with the database? So let's try to understand the database in depth of the database. So in database, we have a basically three major components, uh, especially which storing the data. So that is the first one. If you see here, table, and the second one is row, and third one is column. So here a table in Dynamics 365 we used to call it as a previously entity, right? Entity or a table, anything. Both are same only. Okay. So whereas coming to the row, right? Row is also called as a record, and whereas coming to the column, column is also called as a field attribute. Okay. So if you say column, field, attribute are same, but when you are interacting with the SQL database, right? So you need to write in query table column. These only it will identify. So as you know that table or entity is a collection of a data which structured in a rows and columns. So row is also called as a record. So every record, unique record. Okay, so every record contains some unique GUID, global unique identifiers. And in one record, we have a multiple fields, multiple different types of fields are there. Okay, like a based on the requirement, we create the fields. Okay, so these are the three major components which we need to understand in the database. Okay, so so here in SQL database, what are the different types of a data types uh, is supported? So here, if you see in Dynamics 365, we have 14 types of a data types, like a single line of text, multi-lines of text, image, file, data, decimal number, whole number, floating point number, like this we have a an auto generate number. Like this we have almost 14 15 different types of data types are supported here. In the same way, here I classified into them six different categories. If you see, there are six different categories. So here if you see, there is a numeric data type. First one, if you call it as a numeric, uh, in a numeric, if you see, there is a decimal point, right? So you can do it as a give in the numeric only. These all will come: int, big int, small int, decimal ps, numeric ps, float, real, double, bit. These all are come under the numeric only. So the numeric data types are used to store the number, which can be either integers or real numbers with decimal. So these all data types, we all together we call it as a numeric numeric data type. Okay, so we call it as a numeric data type. So here you can see these are the different types of data types are supported in the underneath of the numeric data type. So we can see here. So here, whereas coming to the Dynamics 365, so we have a floating point number, decimal point number, whole number. These all fields are there, right? So those all are like a which is very similar to this types. Okay. Uh, Now, whereas coming to the character string data types. So character string data types is nothing but the in Dynamics 365 we have a single line of text, multi lines of text. Like this we have a different type of data type, right? In the same way, in dynamic here in SQL also we have a for storing the a string or single character or multiple characters, we'll use this character string data type. So here you can see char varchar text enhchar nchar nvarchar size ntext. So these are the different. Basically, these all are like a will store the text data. Okay, which is like a, such as names, address, email address, like this different types of data. Okay, those which is related to the text, it will store. So the we'll call it as a character string data. Now let's try to understand the date and time. So if you see in Dynamics 365 also we have a date and time data type, right? In the same way, SQL also holding one data type called as a date and time. So in the date and time we have a underneath. So if you see there is a in we have a format in the Dynamics, right? In the same way here also we have a data type date, date timestamp, date timestamp, year. If you want only year, you don't want a month and date, then you can use this year timestamp only whatever the time with time everything you want to get loaded at the time you'll use the timestamp data type. So like this different values. Okay, so now we'll try to understand the Boolean data type. So Boolean data type is nothing but the in old classic interface of the Dynamics we used to call it as a two option set, right? That is same as a Boolean option Boolean. And again, in new power apps, we are calling it as a yes or no data type, right? Yes or no, two option set are Boolean data type. All are same only. Basically, the value we will get in a true or false. Okay, and we'll set also true or false, and it stores if it is a true, it will store it as a if it is a true, it will store it as a one, and if it is a zero, it will store it as a false. Okay, now, if you see binary data types, so binary data types means what? See, there already we have a numeric data type. So, what is the difference between the binary and numeric data? So, here, binary data type means like a zeros, one, like this. We have a different type of a data is there, right? Which like especially base 64 files, image files, and other media files. Those all will be get stored in the binary data type fields. So as you can see, it might be Azure Blob. We have storage. We have where BNR size, B a bin B binary size. So you can see here. Okay. So like this, these are the binary. Now the final one is the miscellaneous data type. So here miscellaneous data types means sometimes you are storing some JSON formatted data. At the time we'll use. Sometimes we'll use the set and enum to maintain the constant things. So those data types we called it as a miscellaneous data types. Okay, so here we have a total six different types of data types classified. Okay, this is about the data types. Now let's try to understand how to write the query. Okay, so we'll go to this. Just now we installed our this database, right? So Shafi SQL Server 16. So this has been successfully installed. So here you can see there are, if you want to do any activity, there are two ways. Okay. So what are the two ways? Okay. Simply, if you see, this is the object explorer. Okay, this area we used to call it as object explorer, and this area we right hand side t command prompter will write. Okay, here command prompt, and this is we used to call it as a header. Okay, whatever here it is, right? So header here it will, if you want to connect with any database, you can simply connect with them in this one. If you want to connect or disconnect, if you want to disconnect also, you can use this one. Okay, if you want to connect. So here, for example, this is the out of box, like once you install out of box. So here, if you see in the databases, we already got system database, database snapshots. Those are inbuilt. Okay, there is this system database is there, and underneath of there's some entities also there. Master database is there. In master database, we have already like tables are there. Okay, tables are there. There's system tables. These are say out of box, which is out of box installed. For example, you want to create a new database. What you will do? So to do any activity here, we have a two different ways. One is through the Object Explorer, and another one is the through the SQL scripting. So first, what I will do, see here very carefully, I will click on the databases and I will right click on this one, and there is a here if you see there are like a refresh button is there. If you want to do any activity after that, you want to update something, right? Either it might be there or it might be there. You can use this one and you can refresh your server every time. Okay, whenever you require, right? According to that your requirement, you can you can refresh that one. Okay, so here you can see there is a if you're selecting the server and there you can select here like as a new query. Okay, click on the new query so that a right hand side window will get open. So you can see there here you can write whatever the script you want to write. So by defaultly here upside you can see there is a master database it has been taken. Okay, master database it has been taken. So you can see here master, this is the master database, and again master we have a different databases, right? So this is the database, but I don't want to use this data type. I want to create my own database. Then what I will do? See, how to create the database name. So here I will show you how to create the from the So here we need to give the database name. So here, for example, I will give my database name as a Microsoft Dynamics 365 uh, UAT. Okay, like this, I am giving my name. Here, if you want to create the owner, you can create. Click on this one, and if you have anything objects name, you can select from here. But as of now, I'm keeping it as a defaulted one, and after that, simply you can see there is a we are in general. Again, if you have a like multiple things which you want to do anything recovery model and those things if you want to do, you can do. It's like a company to company vary. Okay, so simply I can suggest that click on this one after giving name, set it as a default, and again, so here you can see auto growth and maximum speed is the right by 64 MB it will auto growth. Okay, so these are the location where it will get started. So now simply click on the OK button. So here, as you can see on the screen, under the databases, so this is the server. Under the server, we have a databases. If you click on the database, see one database has been successfully created. So you can see here, one database has been successfully created. See, this one database has been successfully created. Like a one database, underneath of that, we have a this database. So micro. So this is how from the object explorer like this will create. For example, you want to create same through the SQL script. Same through the SQL. You want to create one more database through the SQL, for example. So this is the manual we have seen, right? So as you can see on the screen, the SQL created database syntax. So Microsoft has been provided a syntax to create the database is create database. So here I can see here create a database name we need to give. Okay, whatever the database name you are after that we need to give the semicolon. Okay, so here, let me see here, right hand side, how you need to give like this. So let me give and show you here itself. So here, what I am doing here, CRET, create, CREAT, create. Okay. So create, here what is there? CREATE, CREATE, right? After that, database. Okay, you can write DATABASE, database, and after that you need to give the database name, whatever the database name you have. So for example, in the example I have taken it as a Joyful Learning 365 DB. So I'm giving here my YouTube channel name, Joyful. Let me give Joyful Learning, L as a capital, right? I have learning, learning 365 DB. Okay, so here as you can see on the screen, this one. So as you can see on the screen, as of now we have a databases like a Microsoft Dynamics 365 database is there created, which is created from the Solution Explorer. But now I am doing it from the SQL scripting. So this is the command you can use to create the database. Okay, so now see there are two ways to do this activity if you want to execute this code, right? So as of now it is you are in a this one. Okay, you are in a master one, but here like a on hold you are writing, right? So no problem, you can directly it will get execute. But for executor you have here manual button you can click, or else from the keyboard F5 you need to press. Okay, so here you can click on this one and execute this one. So here you can see command completed successfully, completion time. But here still you are not able to see that database were reflecting. So what I need to do, what I told you here, there are two ways to do this thing. Okay, one is F5 is there, right? You can refresh this one. So here if you refresh this one, see Joyful Learning 365 DB has been created successfully. Okay, so Joyful Learning 365 DB has been created successfully. So like this is. So now this is about the creation of the database. So we saw how to create the database from the Object Explorer and how to create the database from the scripting. Okay, there are two everything I will show it in a two ways. Okay, so I hope everyone understood. Now let me show you. So here we'll go to the, for example, I have created this one like a switching to the newly created database. So for example, as of now, you can see here the database which I am connected here, right? It is a master. Okay. So for example, see, I want to execute my queries, right? So in which database? Here I need to select whether it might be Joyful Learn 365 or else Microsoft Dynamics 365. So here if I will select this one, right? See, automatically whatever the query I am doing, right? So this is database level query. Other queries it will execute on this database level. So again, if I want to shift this one, it will shift like this. Okay, like this it will shift. This is like a from here manual way of process. But here still, if you want to do this also through the script, there is script is exist. Okay, how to write that script? Let me show you. So here there is a command you can see from the this Microsoft has been given a syntax use and give the DB name. Okay, directly. So once the database created, you need to use it before performing option and it's such a creating tables. Like for example, so right now you are in a Microsoft Dynamics 365 UAT, and again you want to shift to Joyful Learning 365, but you don't want to select it manually. You want to do this activity through the command scripting. So SQL query. So in that case, what you will write? USE. Sorry. Yeah, USE use. Okay. Here you need to give the exact DB name. See, if I am typing J, right, automatically it will suggest me, auto suggest me. Okay, see here, automatically here this one. So now what I can do here, so simply this one I'll click on this one, so execute, right? So now what I will do, I will click on function F5. So here you can see function F5. So here previously this DB was Microsoft Dynamics 365 UAT, but it has been converted to now Joyful Learning 365 DB. So like this, you can change the DB database. Okay. So through the scripting, that is a manual process. Previous one we learned, and this is the scripting way. Okay. So till now we have learned two things. One is a how to create the database and how to shift the date between the database to database. Those things, two things we have successfully learned. Now let's try to go into the next topic. So For example, there is a comments are there. In any language. We write a comments. Like for example, comment is nothing but if you don't want to execute that particular line, you will write the like give the comment. So commenting in every language there are different ways to comment. Okay, some like you might be using star hyphen star like this you will use, and again different ways. So here we have a way in a SQL is, so there are like a, for example, if you want to comment a single line, at that point of time what you will use, dash dash you will use. Okay, so dash dash. So everything after on the dash, that on that line will be treated as a commented and won't be executed. Okay, so for example, this is how, right? So here this is the one. Okay, so I don't want to execute this one. What I need to do here, see, there are two ways to do anything. There are two ways, as I told you. See, there are two ways. Comment out the skeleton, control K, control C is the right. So there are like, for example, if you directly manually using, there is a here button is there. You can click on this one. So if you don't want to do if you don't want to do uncomment this one, you can use here control K, control U. Okay, here this one is the right. So if you want to comment, right, control K, control C. Okay, control K, control C. Like this you can use. Okay, if you want to uncomment, right, control K, control U you can use. It will get uncommented. So this is the way of the single line of a comment. So for example, like this syntax, we have a different syntaxes are there. So like these many lines, three lines you want to comment. So control K, control C. So the every line it will looking not good, right? So what I will do here, there is a one more multi-lines concept is there. Control K, control U. Okay. So here we have a multi-lines of concept. You can see here multi-lines. So for multi-line, what we need to do? First slash star and end with the star slash. Okay. So here let me show you how to comment this one. So for example, you want to comment these three lines. Okay. In this scenario, what you will do here, you will give the slash. Okay. And after that, star or asterisk, anything. Again, after that, you need to give end with the start, star, and slash. So like this, you will comment the multi lines of text in the queries in the SQL. Okay, so this is very similar and it look very easy also. But when you are doing something right, it might look difficult. Okay, but no problem. In this video, by end of this video, I hope you will everyone will get a one clarity on SQL. Okay. So here, like this, we have used. So this is about the single line of comment and multi-line. So there are two shortcut keys are Control K, Control C. You need to use. Then it will get commented. Control K, Control U if you will use. So now let's try to understand how to create a table in a SQL database. Okay, so this also for creating table also we have a two different ways. So let's try to understand this like a through object and through SQL query. So as you can see on the screen, now I am currently in a this currently in a Joyful Learning 365 DB I am using. Okay, so I don't need this query. So here you can see this my DB has been connected to this one. So let me select this one, go to this one. From here you can see there is a tables is there. Okay, underneath are the tables. So here you can see there is already a couple of tables has been already available exist in the system, and you know that I did created those tables, but these are out of box tables. So whenever you create some database, right, along with the database, this out of box table will get created, like some system tables, file tables, external tables, graph tables, graph maps. Those all will be get automatically get created. So for example, now I need to create my custom table. So how can I create? So there are two ways. One is through the object explorer, which is manually, and second one is the through the this one. So for example, let me try to do it with the manually. Okay. So first through the object explorer, I try to do. So here you can see there is a tables is there, right? I'll click on this one table, and after that I will right click on this one. So you can see here, then the right click, there is one options has been revealed. So here you can see there is a multiple options has been now I am able to see here. So in this multiple options, I need to select a new and table. Okay. So here once you selected a table, right? So you can see this window has been popped out. So here you need to give some here data like which columns you want to create, and what is the name of that table you want to create exactly. So those all things you need to give exactly. Okay, after giving those things only it will get created. So here let me give the name of the table, like columns will be like for example, uh, alpha. Okay, alpha is a one field. Here I have a flexibility to select the different types of a data types. So like just now we have discussed different data types are there, right? So like this I can give like take here different types of a databases. So let me take this one as a char only. Okay, char and that to this one. Okay. So here allow nulls or not. For example, if you want to allow nulls, right, then you can create. So again, if you want to create a one more field with the name of the beta, okay, simply you need to give the beta. Okay, you need to give the name the beta, and after that here you can select here which type of a data types you require, like for example it might be so here like it's up to you. So for example I will take it as a int. Okay. So here, so allow nulls, if you want to allow nulls, no, it should be mandatory. Alpha will should be not allow nulls, whereas coming to the beta it should allow null. So here this is, you can see here it is separately it has been created. Okay. So whereas coming to here, see this is table underscore one. Okay, which is already getting created like a name by defaultly it is taking. So for example, here one more option, Control Shift yes is there. So for example, if you click on this one, right there you are able to see. So here you have a flexibility to give the name. So here you can give any custom name. If you don't give custom name, right, it will automatically save as a table underscore one. So in your database, what is the table number? According to that, it will create. So here, what I will do here, I will create a testing tables, testing, testing underscore manual underscore tables, table. Okay, testing underscore manual. Testing manual. Okay, I have created with the name of the testing manual, and after that I have clicked on the OK button. So here you can see if you want to save this query somewhere also, you have a flexibility to save this query. Okay, so here for me, for example, here this in this location only, let me save here somewhere in downloads. I'll try to save. Okay, if you want to save this one also. So here you can see now this one, like if you go underneath of this one and like refresh this one, refresh. So here you are able to see the tables, right? Underneath of the tables, whatever the tables are there, the recently created. So you can see testing manual table with the name of the testing manual table. It has been created. So you can see here in the testing manual table has been created, which is a custom one. Okay. So which is a custom one. So this is the way to create the this is the way to create the custom one. Okay. Like this like this you will create the manually. Okay. So now for example, you want to do this activity, usual activity in through the SQL scripting. So at that time, for example, in the Joyful Learning 365 database only, one table I have created through the manually, and again same activity. I don't want to do it through the manually. I want to achieve this functionality through the SQL script. So in that particular scenario, what I will do here, see. Here you can see the syntaxes which has been provided by the Microsoft. See, so this is the syntax. Create a table you need to use. Okay, these are like a standard, and again here whatever the table name, you table underscore name is there, right? Here for example, here you can see, if you are for example, in this example I have taken it as a employees table I am trying to create. So here you can give here it as a employees, and again column one data type and constraints you need to define, data type you need to define, and what is the column name you need to define, and with the comma separated. For example, you want to create three fields. The first two fields you need to keep a comma separator, and third one no need a comma. Okay, so this is how. So this is the syntax. Okay, let me create through like say by implementing the same script. Let me create a same thing in a this one. Okay, where in joyful learning 365 we can see db and dot test underscore manual record has been created, right? So in the same way I want to create a same like a through scripting. So what is the scenario here? You can see syntax: create a table. Okay, create a table. Okay, so listen very carefully. Create a table and space, give space. And here you need to see table underscore name. So here in this table underscore, I taken as an example as a employees, right? Employee table. So employees, plural name I am giving here. Employees, okay, employees. And here you can see there is a see, this one is there. Okay. So here you can give like this. This is the main syntax. In this parenthesis between this, you need to pass the data. Okay. So here, how many fields are there? You want to create. So here you need to pass first what is the your column name. Second thing, you need to pass the data type of that column. Third thing, you need to pass the constraints. So whether it is an which type, allow or nulls are allowed, and which is a primary key, those all things are there, right? So those things you need to define here. So for example, here let me create a one, two, three, four, five fields. Okay, in employee table we will create a five fields. Five. If when I am saying fields, you can also call it as a columns and attribute, because I'm an old school guy. So I, I like when I started my career at that time we used to call it as a column as a field, so that I was habituated. So don't think that difference what is field, why he's saying field is nothing but column. Okay, so in this scenario what we'll do here, see three things we need to pass. One is name, column name, data type, and constraint. So here for example, here we can employee underscore id, because employee in a employee table this field is very mandatory, right? So that's the reason we are creating. We are like you can see we are giving the data type as a int. Okay, int. And again here which I am defining it as a primary key. Okay, this is a primary key, means unique for this particular record, comma. And one more field you can give first name, comma, first name, last name, those things you need to come. And again for that, how many character limit you want to define, that also you need to give. So for example, first underscore name, so first underscore name space where cap. So here you can pass. See here, I have taken an example as a 50, means only 50 words are allowed. Sentences are allowed. 50 words are allowed. More than 50 it won't allow, accept. Okay, like this I have given. So in the same way, copy, Control C, click on enter, Control V. Here I'm defining it as a L last last underscore name. Okay, so here we are taking one more column, right? Age and hire date. Okay, age is there, which is age will be numerical, right? So numeric, the famous one is integer. Okay, so integer we are taking. Okay, now comma, and again here we need to give here hire underscore date we are giving. Okay, this will do. See, it's not required that every time should give first name underscore. So it's based on your requirements, whatever the columns are expecting in your table, based on that requirement, you are creating this one. Okay, so hire date, space, and again here you need to give a date. So here you can see date is there, right? Simply. So then date also we have a date stamp and those everything is there. Okay. So here we are giving different one. So here, for example, as of now, I've given this one. So here, make sure you should not give comma. So in the file, because here your comma will be get ended and here after that. So first you need to give the this one and this one. So as you can see on the screen, as of now, this is like this. So now my query is ready. Previously we have created this testing underscore manual table, and this is scripting. So let me run this script. Okay, simply function fi I will type. Else here we have a button, right? I can click on this one. So clicking on this one, it is asking for me authentication because so here I can see commands completed successfully. So you can see here you should see here now a record should be get created successfully. So let me go here and refresh this browser, refresh this one in Joyful Learning 365 whether in the tables whether employee table is created or not. Let me check that one. So here we are getting we did one mistake. What is the mistake here? If you see here, if you observe, so the same we need to give. Okay. So here, what is the issue we are finding here? If you see, command completed successfully. So here, if you see, there is already an object named employees in the database. So with this database, there is already data in the database. This name is already exist. Okay, so there is already there. So if you want to give the name, right, you need to give unique one. They are asking. Okay, so whenever you are creating this one, so basically it is creating in a master. So that's the reason it is it is getting here. So let me create this one. It in a this one in a our database. So what I can do here, simply here copy this one. Okay. So here as of now it's master, right? I will remove this one master and select this one. Okay, select this one, and here you can see automatically the error, whatever the error has been come, right? So that error has been went. So now here I will select and try to execute. So here it should create now because this is different. In master employee table is already exist, but in Joyful Learning 365 we don't have this one. So let me refresh. Just now did right. So now go to Joyful Learning 365 and tables. Okay, so here you can see DBO dot employees has been successfully created. Okay, so here DBO is getting here it as a prefix. Okay, you can see these are the prefix, and again underneath of them, so you can see the columns. So here employee ID is the primary key ID, not null, first name, last name, age, hire date. This fields has been created successfully. Okay. So this is how we are creating the tables like through the script. Okay, this is about this one. So now let me go through with another requirement. So for example, you already created a table. In existing table, you need to add a one column, new column. So in that particular scenario, what you will do? So there are again for this activity also we have a two different ways. What are those two different ways? One is through the object explorer we can do, and again second one is through the SQL scripting also we can do. So let me here. So for example, so there is a one this the testing manual is there, right? So here I will go, and here in the columns you can see here alpha, beta, comma columns we created, right? So here what I will do, right click on this one, new column. See here, new column. Click on the new column. Here I can give a mandatory one. So here you can see here it as a like a field like a I want to create a gamma field. Okay, here gamma, and this gamma is let me give here it as a gamma. So I will take it as a varchar. Okay, so here allow nulls. Okay, if we don't have data also, it should give this one. So now you can see here it has a this one we created, right? So here you can see this one. Mm, Now let me go and refresh this one after saving this one. So refresh. So here you can see alpha, beta, gamma. Now you can see this manually columns I am able to successfully created these columns. Okay, let me close this one because we already did. So now what is the requirement here? The same activity if I want to do through the SQL query. So how can I do this one? So okay, what I will do here, I will remove this SQL query, and from here, so here we have a syntax for this. So here you should remember syntax. Syntax plays a major role. For example, we have a mathematics subject like a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab. So then like this you will get an answer, right? In the same way in coding, syntaxes plays a major role. If you don't remember syntax and you don't give exact syntax, right? So the calculation, whatever you are expecting, the output will not get as expected. So that's the reason you should remember this one. At least you should maintain somewhere this syntaxes. So I have prepared a SQL cheat sheet. Please go through the Excel cheat sheet and try to follow those. I hope you will remember all these syntaxes. Okay, now let's come into the topic. So here, for example, see manually how to update the in a existing table. If you want to add the column, how to add that one we saw through the manual. Again, same thing. For example, same requirement to different way. For example, I want just now I have created a employees table, right? In this employees table column, I need to add a one more extra column. Okay, where it might be an email ID or it might be something. Okay, XYZ I need to add. So through scripting, how can I add? So here for that we have Microsoft given a syntax alter alter table, and so previously for creating it was a given syntax as a create table database name, and within the parentheses you need to pass the that one. Okay, so here we need to give the exact thing. So for example here you can see column name data type. So so we'll write syntax of this one. So here alter alter table table. Okay, after that what is table underscore name? Table underscore means we have employees, right? After that what we need to do here, table add column name data type constraints. Okay, so here for example I want to add a one column like a add column. First I need to use this syntax add add. After that what column name? What is the column name you want to include in? So in my scenario I need to include the salary column. Okay, here SALARY. If this is a like a, it's your random name. If you give or if you it won't mistake. Okay, it depends on you. Okay, how you want to give, you can give. It's not right mandatorily that you should give this name like this only. It's not there. So it's up to you how you want to give. You can give. So now, which data type you want to create, and again between which range you want to enter. User should enter the values. So basically, their expectation is 2 to 10 means minimum is 2 and maximum is 10. So like this, for example, I will giving here it as a decimal bracket open parenthesis bracket close 10 comma 2. So here you can see this is the, so in employee table we are trying to add this syntax. Okay, let me select this one and run this query. Command successfully run. So here as of now you can see on the screen employee ID, first name, last name, age, hire. These are the fields only available. But now by this command it should get added the salary command also. So let me select this and after that click on this refresh button. So if you go to the tables, there should be a one more, this field should be there. So employees, underneath of the employees, columns. So here you can see decimal field is also successfully created. Like this, it will be get created. Okay. So now, for example, here, so here, like this, you have a multiple ways, okay, to do activities multiple. These are the syntaxes which will be very, very helpful to you when you are working. So I suggest avoid creating manually. So if you create like a this one like this, right, it won't give any error. But if you creating through the that one, right, so it will be an issue for you. Okay. So if something wrong happened, then so here it should, if you run script and every time you need to change something, it will work as usual. It's up to you, it's your choice. Okay, according to your requirement you can create this one. Okay, so now in upcoming things, most of the things we'll try to learn through the script only. Okay, these are the basic things which we have tried to learn from this one. Now from now we'll go through only through the SQL queries. Okay, so because our main motto is to understand all the useful regular syntax of the SQL query to get a grip on the product. Okay, so here we have, as you can see, query. If you want to insert some record into the this particular table, right? It might be employees table or it might be this testing manual table. So you need to use this syntax: insert into table column 1, column 2, whatever the column. After that, values. This is the syntax. So this is the syntax you need to pass. So as an example, you can see here. So employee ID we have created the first name created, last name created, age hire, date, those all things we have created. So now what I will do, I will try practically by using. So this is basically we are trying to insert a record, means try to create a record from the SQL server. So how we are doing this one? So here you can see here. So within the parenthesis, and second, after that you need to give the values, and in the second parenthesis you need to give the what is the value of the first column, what is the value of the second column, what is the value of the third column. Okay, so this is the syntax. So this is the syntax you need to okay. So table has the following columns. Like after that, employee ID we have created, first name created, last name created, age, height, date, those all things we have created. So now what I will do, I will try to insert a data to this one. So let me add this syntax here: insert space into employees, whether the record has been created successfully or not. So this is the syntax. Select a star from table name we need to give. So here what I will do, I will go to here, I will remove this one, SCLECT, select star from employees. See here, employees. Now you are able to, it is auto suggesting because like sometimes it suggests, sometimes it suggests. Don't get worried. Okay, it will take. Okay, so here select star. So you here you can see whether how many in this particular table, right? How many records are there? Those you can see here. So here you can see on the screen Muhammad Shafiuddin and like a salary 10 rupees. We have given this one, right? Age and hire date we didn't given. Veera Manikanta, Vinith Katakam, and Anjali Sharma. These four records I have created. So here, for example, I need to get only with a by like a particular something. So here, for example, here this one is there, right? So it should be grid format. So like how can I get this one grid? So as if as of now it is like this one, right? So here you can see results into text. So here results into text and results into grid. So for example, here it's appearing result. If it is a results into text, right? So then you can select here. It will convert the result, whatever the results you are seeing, right? So that results in a you are able to see in a text. Okay, and again, if you see here, this one it will be converting the your results to the grid. Okay, so these are the options we have from this one. So if you result to file Control Shift F means, for example, if you want to transfer it at that time, you will use this one. So these are the different ways we have. We can see the data. So here you can see these the records here. So this is about the all the records being. For example, if you want to search by the specific column. For example, I need to see the Anjali Sharma salary. Anjali Sharma salary? What I need to do here? So what I will do here? See, uh, I will give here. So as of now, here I am giving star, right? So what I will give here, what I will give here, see here, basically, I need to get, oh sorry, Anjali Sharma, right? So here, first, where, sorry, star from employees, here I will add WHER, where first name equals to Anjali. Okay, so first name equals to Anjali. So let me select this one and search for this. So here you are able to see only Anjali related data. So for example, I need the data belongs to Vinith. So what I will do here, WENETH Vinith and execute this one. So Vinith record details this one. So for example, I need so, if I give Shafiuddin, mm, Shafiuddin is last name. First name through first name we are searching here. So you need to give exact details. Then only, for example, if I given here, we have searched for now, so we got a result. Right? For example, in the first name, if I will give Katakam, how it will work or not? Let me check. Mm. So it won't give any results. Because the reason you are searching in a wrong table. So here you need to change the schema name, whatever the schema name you are giving, right? That one schema name you need to change. Last underscore name equals to Katakam, then you are able to see the values. Okay, like this we can set the record. Okay, this is how we can create the table to create the data into the table and search through this one. So like this you can search but like different ways. For example, through employee ID also you can create search like different ways. So okay, so like this you have a instead of, for example, if I remove star and only I need a I need here I need only employee ID. Okay, here downside I don't need anything. So what I will do, employee ID, and here select. So here employee ID of Katakam is 3. Okay, for example, I need Anjali Sharma, means Sharma is the last name, right? So I am typing here it is Sharma, and Anjali Sharma employee ID. Anjali Sharma employee ID is 4. Okay, you can see the results. Anjali Sharma ID is a 4. Employee ID is 4 here. Okay, so like this you can give. For example, same Manikanta, Manikanta ID. So I have type I I might forgot the name. So first name, last underscore name, right? So only this query I will execute. So this is the Manikanta. Okay, this one. So after this, Control V, and here I can search only for the last underscore name equals to Manikanta. Then only I will get the Manikanta. Okay, you can see like this. So there are different plug and play methods are there which we can use. So that's it for the today. We'll learn more topics in upcoming video. So this is the part one series which has been designed as part of the zero to hero for the Dynamics 365 developers especially. I won't say that it is very helpful for the SQL developers because they need to get more knowledge into it. But for a Dynamics 365 developer, I can assure that these are the skill set will be very helpful to you. So in upcoming parts, we'll try to discuss what in-depth analysis about the views and how to create the users, how to give the access. Those all things as a part by part we'll discuss. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for watching Joyful Learning 365 videos, and please like, share, and subscribe. If you want me to post any discuss on any particular topic and you want a video on that one end-to-end activity, you can give it in a comment. So according to the time availability, we'll try to plan to cover that topic. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you.